This is the story of Lacteos Lanalhue, a dairy and cheese production facility located on Fundo, Las Vegas, in the Central Valley of Chile, near Los Angeles, about 340 miles south of Santiago. Yenny is the owner of the dairy, and she oversees this beautiful ranch that has 500 cows, all of which are fed on grain, alfalfa, corn that's grown on the facility, lots of fresh air, green grass, out in the open. Produces a superior product because the cows are not stuck in a barn someplace, but out in creation. The office and showroom are located here, and right behind the office and showroom you see the cheese factory, and we're going to explore that now. To the left is the pasteurizer. All the milk that's made into cheese is first pasteurized. This particular pasteurizer can handle 3,000 liters an hour. Here's an empty tank that has paddles showing, and those paddles move back and forth, mixing milk with enzymes and starting this cheese making process. With the milk in it and enzymes and the addition of water at 70 degrees centigrade, the fermentation process speeds up, and the miraculous process of turning milk into delicious cheese is well underway. They monitor the temperature of the cheese quite closely. So here we are checking the temperature of the solution. It showed 35 degrees Celsius, which translates to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's quite warm in this production facility. A lot of steam, a lot of fermentation, hot water. You can feel things working, milk being transformed. In the laboratory, they keep track of the lactic acid level in the cheese, salt content, fat content, everything that has to do with producing a consistent product that tastes right. Not only do they produce cheese at Lanalhue Dairy, but butter. This is a massive butter churn, taking cream from the milk and spinning it around and producing butter. Before the cheese hardens, it's put into molds that form the blocks, and here the blocks are being washed in a saltwater solution, placed on the rack to dry. This is actually yesterday's production, and they wash it once more, put it up on the rack. These blocks will become Parmesan cheese. They're submerged in water that is a brine solution, and they're aged much longer than the other cheeses. Parmesan takes longer to produce a good product. You can see the dates on the blocks there. Now we're in a refrigerated storeroom. This is Chanco cheese that is aged for 1 month. The dates are on the end of the block, and the date here is 13th of January 2013. It's just about ready to be marketed. These blocks are Parmesan, and John, who's the son of the production manager, keeps track of the aging. In the case of Parmesan, it is 6 months. Maybe that's why Parmesan costs more. It takes longer to make, and you have to store it that time, and again in a refrigerated setting. These round cheeses and plastic are Edam cheese. The first is spiced with merquén. It's a Mapuche Indian spice. Mapuches are indigenous people from this area. That's regular Edam cheese, and here's Edam cheese with oregano. It is aged for 20 days and has less fat content than the other cheeses produced here. In this room, they take the blocks of Parmesan, saw off the rinds, and eliminate any impurities. That drill can also be used, so they get a pure block, which will then go to the next room for shredding. Here's the shredder. So they put a whole block right down this chute, and you can see the teeth in there. There's a bunch of teeth. See, they push it in there, and then this wheel with teeth on it shreds it, and so it comes out Parmesan. And as I said, it is delicious. We had it for dinner last night. Oh man, is it good. So here we have the packaged product. This is Parmesan cheese that's going to be sent out. It's very well known here in Los Angeles, and in one of the supermarkets actually sells it under its own label, even though it's made here by Lanalhue. Lanalhue is the name of the dairy, and it is a wonderful product. Here's Gouda cheese, stored at a lower temperature. We're all familiar with Gouda, another delicious product. This is chakra cheese. It's white, low in cholesterol, low in salt, low in lactose. One of the most popular products and absolutely delicious. Lanalhue butter is stored at an even colder temperature. It is pure and sweet. There are 7 enzymes to produce 7 different kinds of cheese. This particular batch will become Parmesan cheese. After the blocks harden, they are thoroughly washed and then set on racks in a refrigerated storeroom to age. This device is used to compress the cheese and squeeze out some of the moisture. Chanko cheese is encased in plastic, and the plastic is heated and shrinks up. So it's a shrink wrap process to take care of any air pockets. Here's a batch of Parmesan cheese that has been shredded, and it will be aged longer under refrigeration. This is the boiler that produces steam for the pasteurizer. Right now it's run by oil, but the plan is to take the whey byproduct from cheese making, turn it into ethanol, and run it on ethanol, which will be green and efficient. This tank contains milk from the dairy, up to 5,000 liters. It comes over here to the cheese making process and is emptied into the pasteurizer and then the vats. Here's a room where they slice the Chanko and other cheeses. The cheese is sold in markets and restaurants all over Chile, and you can buy it right here at the dairy too in this display case. Yenny, the owner of Lacteos Lanalhue, is also a journalist and member of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. She writes for COSAS magazine, which is published in Chile, Peru, and available in other Latin American locations. Here are photos of just a few of the many movie stars that she has interviewed.